The last couple of days have been extremely boring for crypto, and I think it's quite interesting that we've literally now gone 3 days without anything happening. I mean, in the background, for example, in the meme space, there's quite a lot of stuff that's been going on, quite a lot of memes that have been launched. Kanye West was talking about some coins and things on Ethereum. There was this Barstool Sports guy, Dave Portnoy, who's been launched, at least, getting involved in very small market cap memes, and it's been quite interesting to watch. But if we put that all aside and we're talking more about the fundamentally strong crypto coins, really, not that much has been going on recently. Just take a look at the top coin list right now. There are a few top gainers, with Pyth up 12%, Celestia up 12%, Floki up 10%, Tezos up 10%. So, I mean, there are a couple of coins in the double-digit gains, and on the other side, the coins are really not doing that bad. There's only Onyx, CoinMaker, and MNT, basically, that are down more than Melania, that are down more than 1%. So generally speaking, a very, very neutral day in the market. And that becomes quite a lot more apparent as well when you start either looking at the trades or you start looking at the Bitcoin chart, for example. Because if we zoom in, for example, here to the daily time frame, you can see that as it currently stands, we've just basically had 3 days in a row, 1, 2, 3, and now the fourth day will present itself of just nothing happening. There's literally been no up, no down, and yes, there's been some volatility. For example, a few days ago, as we saw within that day, we hit as low as, let's see real quick, as low as 95.7 thousand and as high as 100,160. And I remember I was outside looking at XRP, and you know what's funny? This is when the non-farm payrolls, etc. came out. I made a video saying this is happening in 1 hour, and this is basically happening throughout the day. It'll be big, so watch out for it. And then idiots go to that comment section to say nothing happened. When in reality, we just had ourselves the numbers 1 hour after I made the video, which is why I made the video regardless. The price actually had the biggest spike we've had in a while. Move-wise, this is Bitcoin, but for XRP it was a pretty big deal actually. And it always just surprises me or confuses me how people then dare to go into the comment section and say nothing happened. When again, just looking at it right here, for example, this price here going up like 12% in a few hours and then right back down is a pretty interesting event. I think people just sometimes get spoiled from being in a bull market for too long. They think everything has to happen within a snap or something like that. Then again, as it currently stands, XRP has broken out from this shorter term trend. Like right now as it stands, we are moving upwards rather than downwards, so that's nice to see. As you can see on the shorter term, we are looking like proper again, let's just call it like that. I mean, it's not as if this necessarily will hold. I guess we'll see throughout the next few hours, but it's just nice to see that the tides are shifting ever so slightly based on no news at all, though. I mean, I saw a lot of people talk about these divergences because, well, if the price moves sideways, sometimes the RSI can tell you something, but in this case here, all I wanted to quickly cover as well was that Stellar started a little beef with the XRP community. Build on Stellar, a Stellar associated account, right? Because I love XLM, but they basically said, imagine spending more on lawyers than developers and calling it progress. So that was actually a really interesting jab. I don't know why they do that. John Dean was also not happy, and he basically quoted the post saying, imagine a founder publicly taking shots at the company he co-founded after the company was targeted by the SEC, likely with his help, for spending $150 million in legal fees because the SEC said it was illegal for that company to have sold $1.3 billion in XRP sales. Now imagine that same co-founder sitting back and making $2 billion from XRP sales after the lawsuit against his former company was filed, and while his former partners were spending that $150 million to save the company he co-founded. Get the picture. Well, it's kind of strange indeed. Now also, there's a little video here that I found quite interesting. So it's basically somebody saying, bro, Trump is going to make us, 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏 is going to make, man, my ears. There you go. It's going to make 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏 is going to make all of us rich again. When then the reality came and set in and it was, you know what? Nothing really did that well after Trump came in. Here's a counter though. And this is a thing that a lot of people are misunderstanding. First of all, everything in its right time and right place. Many people right now are down, I think, at least 50% or so on their portfolio of the recent weeks. But again, I still believe from a longer term perspective, from a whole cycle perspective, we're still not really in the greatest of times. And I still believe that every single time you start thinking, is this the end, is this the end? That shows that most likely we're not there just quite yet. Because usually when the real top is in, it kind of feels like we're going so much further in a bullish sense rather than a bearish sense. But also, again, this would be the earliest we'd ever end the bull market with the best of conditions. Again, it would be odd. Now, if you had to believe Twitter, the optimism is at one of the lowest points I've seen in a long time, but partially also, like I just said, because many of the coins have already fallen tremendously. But again, at times like this is where, again, it becomes clear. You should mostly just focus on coins you really are happy with holding for multiple months or multiple years in that sense, right? So for example, a few months back, many altcoins started to do well, just like back in February, March or so of 2024, we had this AI boom, and you saw that all those AI coins afterwards fell another 80%, and it was a thing of, well, when the momentum is there, you can definitely invest for the momentum to try to keep it, etc. But then when the momentum is gone, it's sometimes not smart to catch falling knives. And here again, it becomes a matter of, if you were buying the dip for memes or some AI things, etc., I do believe over a prolonged period of time you will work out, but in the meantime, it might be very hard to deal with that. And so now it becomes a matter of, well, if you would be buying just proper altcoins, you're fine with holding for a long time. You're fine with DCAing, and I think of coins like XRP, HBAR, even a Bitcoin I put in that list. XLM I'd usually put in there, but right now they're not being too amazing, but usually I put it in there. And just coins of that sort, the whole process just becomes slightly easier because, first of all, they don't move down by the craziest of numbers as smaller coins can or meme coins can, because they have some sort of fundamentals. And AI coins, but in that same sense, meme coins, they don't have the same fundamentals to make it have a proper bottom, you know? And I always say, whenever a coin goes down 99%, it doesn't mean it can't go down another 99%. You got to always keep this in the back of your head. Will AI coins do amazing? Most likely, yes, but all in the right place, right time, right? Now, there was another funny post I saw earlier. Prince of Prosperity said, you wake up, it's January 17th. You check Solana, it's at $220. Nice. Check Fartcoin, it's at $1.5 billion. Wow, crazy. You notice something called Trump that has a 9 figures in liquidity, and I haven't seen that on Solana before. Interesting. Pour some coffee, life is good. The golden bull run is just beginning. And this is kind of funny because that kind of marked the end of the golden times for most coins. But I still believe in these two I have in front of me here. First of all, Ripple CEO Brett Garlinghouse is expected to be appointed as an advisor to the White House Crypto Council, according to New York Post. And $100 billion asset manager Van Eck predicts Solana will reach $520 by the end of the year. Their prediction not necessarily perfectly accurate, but think of these two posts right there. Think of them a little bit properly in the sense of, if you can't get that the most bullish of times is still most likely upon us, and you're still stuck in this mindset really of, oh, times were better before, no, it will never get back to this, I'm not sure you're going to make it as far. I just keep thinking, yeah, times were better just then. And I did actually make a video saying, guys, we should sell everything because somebody just told me Trump coin will overtake Bitcoin. But I still think if we just zoom out far enough, we will get very far above where we're at today because of the things that are happening. And I keep seeing people state, there's no good reason to buy anymore. There's nothing exciting happening in the near future. And I keep looking back at all the announcements being made. The freaking US making a council, the SEC changing this, that. I don't get it. Yes, right now we're facing some slow times. Yes, it might be slightly down for a very short term. We've got ourselves the inflation, interest rate numbers coming out, or inflation coming out very shortly. I got to check in a second which one it is. But just if you're watching the crypto markets today and you're thinking, damn, things are bad, or damn, just take a step back, realize nothing's happened in the last few days. There's no reason to start talking here for hours because nothing has happened. In the grand scheme of things, nothing worth updating you for. But again, it all takes a bit of time. This is a little breather, right? If you've been just staying behind your computer, clicking those buttons, you can now hopefully take a little bit of a step back, or at least maybe you have the last few days, because maybe tomorrow we're right back into the times where things just move 70% in a day, etc. Today is a quiet day. Last few days we've ended on a sideways move, but it won't stay like this for long. So be prepared for that mentally. Hopefully this is just some time to clear yourself up if you also want to trade crypto. There's some links for that down below. As you can see, you could check out Blowfin or WeX, just depends on your preference. Both are fine exchanges. Blowfin can be used in almost any country, and I believe WeX can be used in any country in the world. So check it out, links for that are down below, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video somewhere probably later today if something crazy happens, but we shall see.